That's good for first.
High school sports are back live on Proview Sports Network.
Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show. Special guest today is Marty Saiz, the coordinator of New Mexico Basketball Club and 9th Annual Basketball Club, Marty, and thanks for coming on the Steve Davis Show.
Thanks for inviting me.
You know, time flies. It's just like, I remember you bringing this up 9 years ago, and it just goes by that quick, and how, you know, it's just, now you got 120 athletes playing in this thing. It's just amazing what you've accomplished.
Yeah, I think hopefully it's been
your partners and the whole thing. So.
I think hopefully it's been a good thing for these kids. I mean, I continue to do it because we get great response. I mean, this will be our 9th annual showcase, and the goal is to bring all the area college coaches, you know, junior college, D2, NAIA coaches in the area, and give them a chance to look at our kids coming up for the upcoming season, and hopefully one or two of them will get an offer at the showcase, or eventually get some offers, and that's what's happened over the last 8 years. And so, you know, we put it out 1st of August, and within the first week we were sold out. So, you know,
that was when you called me. You said you were putting that in by the end of the week. You were.
I was done. We were done, and so you know, and that's been the case the last couple of years. And so, you know, we made it even more special this year. We're bringing in 2 of the nation's top recruiting analysts, Jerry Mullen, who considered by many college coaches the #1 JUCO recruiting analyst, and probably one of the top 3 high school out of Kansas City, and then Chad Groth, probably one of the West Coast top recruiting scouts. And hopefully they'll write some articles on some of our kids that they think are deemed to play at the next level, and hopefully open some doors. You know, sometimes you really don't know what's going to happen, or if this showcase or this tournament does it. And sometimes one kid just starts to light up, and just an article here, or watching it on Proview Networks. You know, we have probably, I'll send it out to my database of about 300 college coaches, and Proview Networks will be broadcasting the games. And so you never know what's going to happen. A good example is a kid, Lucas Jordan from Sandia. He'll be a senior, 6'5" senior that was kind of quiet last year, got a lot of potential. And Jerry Mullen saw him at one of the Phoenix tournaments, and so that kid has a chance. And right now, I just got a call from Oklahoma State, and he's got a bunch of D2 looks. And here's a kid that probably nobody, including yourself, remembers him being that big of an impact player. So hopefully this year that'll change.
If I remember correctly, he really wasn't. I mean, if you think about it, but you saw the potential at times, and you can see that he stuck with it, and with a little bit of promotion, he's has an opportunity to move on.
Well, he reminds me. I just invited him over to one of our meetings, AE meetings, was Preston Bungay. Preston was about a 6'5", kind of similar body as Lucas, and played at Cibola High School, and was on the JV his junior year, and he made the varsity, and was I think honorable mention All-Metro, and you know, had no offers his senior year. Got a partial offer to Trinidad right at the end of April, and his dream was to be a D1 player, just like a lot of the players, and went to Trinidad for 2 years, and then got that D1 offer at Norfolk State, and just got his degree, 4 years. It was academic all-conference, and having a potential now to play overseas. He's looking at Australia, Greece. But here's a kid that, if you looked at him as a junior, he was a JV player.
And I remember him very well. I mean, it was like just yesterday, it seemed like we were doing his games, and we saw potential at that time. It just didn't, it took a little longer for him to develop.
Yeah, some kids develop a little longer, and some of these college coaches get to see, say, you know, why is that kid getting looks? And, you know, he didn't even do much last year. They're looking at 2 or 3 years down the road that this kid, when he gets to college, you know, I was watching on Facebook the other day two players that played in our club and played in this showcase. The other one was Christian Cunningham. Christian was one of those late bloomers that came along his senior year, and his brother Casey was, you know, a D1 type prospect from freshman, but Christian wasn't. And I saw them, Christian and Preston, working out the other day on Facebook, and those are 2 D1 players that came right out of Cibola High School.
What's the date and where's the location? And
we'll kick it off at noon at September 16th at La Cueva High School. We'll kick it off with the sophomore game. It's a 20-minute halves. Everybody, all the players, there's 20 players, 10 on each squad, and everybody will be 5 minutes in, 5 minutes out. I want every player to have that opportunity to showcase their talent. And then the 1 o'clock game will be the junior game. The 2 o'clock game will be the senior game. And then the 3 o'clock, we're going to make it the top 20 players regardless of class in the state. And then we'll finish off with the 9th grade game at 4 o'clock and the 8th grade game at 5 o'clock.
So if I remember correctly, it's like 5 games or 5 or 6 games
right
during the day, and it's just back-to-back games.
Yeah, just back-to-back games. Again, it gives these kids a chance to play their peers before the season starts, and you know, we'll get our preseason rankings, and you know, we have some really, really good players. You know, one kid that probably is the top D1 prospect in the state just transferred back to Mayfield High School, and that's Jarrell Satterfield. Jarrell played his freshman year at Centennial, I think, when they won state, and left to the state of Washington and played at one of the elite high schools out there, and decided to come back to Cruces, and he's probably the #1 player in terms of prospects. But will he be the #1 player? We'll find out at the showcase. You know, we got Cameron Valencia, who I ranked #1 player at the end of the season. So we got, you know, this is probably the best group I've had in the 9 years, because sometimes one of the challenges we have is football, you know, or soccer. I won't allow anybody that's playing varsity football or soccer to play in our showcase. I sure don't want them to get hurt playing our thing and can't play their fall sports. So there's just a handful of those type of players that won't be there, but pretty much this is collectively from 8th grade to 12th grade the best collection of top players I've ever put together.
Well, I know Proview, we've been there nine years in a row
the whole time
now, and I thank you for letting us be participating with it. But it's actually helped athletes, and it's just helped, you know, Proview networks.
Well, again, it gives the public a chance, you know, to see our top players before the season starts. Some of the names that, you know, like I said, I just mentioned Lucas Jordan. You know, another kid that I think is going to be a sleeper this year. Chances Tyler Allen from Manzano. You know, they'll be able to see the good shooter from Roswell, Taryn Barella, will be out there. You know, and a kid that nobody probably knows about, and he comes from a small school, Santa Fe Prep, and probably could be the best athlete in the state, and that's Sam Sparks, 6'4" kid that can jump out of the gym. And so those are the type of kids that you're going to see at the showcase.
Well, Marty, we're going to go to the Dream Style Top 10 Plays of the Week and come back and talk more about the showcase. And also, we'll bring up the elite training elite program that you have in that morning.
Time tonight. They're going to give it. First man up the
Boom,
middle.
he's gone.
He is gone to the house. Put 6 on the board for El Dorado, and that's number 33, Cyrus Ellis.
Rolls to his right. Rose got a receiver out there. Caught. Nice. Caught at the 5.
Salazar's back to throw, and he's got a man, and it's complete wide open with Jesus Jimenez, and he's off to the races. Jimenez down the sideline to the 20, and he's going to take it. Touchdown.
Wow.
96 to pay dirt, Jesus Jimenez. Manzanares in motion, an option throw. Manzanares gets it, now he's going to throw it down the field. He's got a guy, and it's complete at the 20-yard line. It's Garcia. Garcia's going to go. Touchdown.
Line them up. Dr. Peppers and Diet Cokes for all of the coaching
You have the 45-yard line of the scout. Rolls, or 5-step drop, rolling to his right. Throws down the left side of the field, complete on a comeback. That's going to be a touchdown unless someone catches Stevens, and they won't. Anthon Stevens, 50-yard touchdown pass from
Working out of the gun. Again, it's Dylan Summer. Toss. It's intercepted. And there's nothing but green out in front. This is going to the house. Joa Flores. Hello. Burrell's going to take the snap. And Burrell in big trouble. That's picked. It's a one-hander. And holding on to it into the end zone is Matthew Herrera. Spinning away. Look out. Down the sideline. And this is going for 6, Isaac Chavez.
He is going to run. He's got room. A flag on the play, though. That's going to call it back. It's Mejia all the way downfield. Still on his feet. He's breaking. He is at the 10 to the 5, and I think this is going to come back.
Yeah, I do too. Pretty aggressive call by Coach Williams tonight.
Steele fakes the back pass. Now he's going to go deep down the sideline, and it's caught. It's caught.
Hoops NM Basketball Center is coming soon. 10 full courts broken into 2 wings for ultimate basketball and volleyball play. Locker rooms, a lounge area, a pro shop, and a full snack bar will all be a part of a great experience. Convenient parking and access will make the Hoops NM Basketball Center a premier facility for league play and competitive regional tournaments. With over 9,000 square feet, Hoops NM Basketball Center will take court sports play to another level in our community. Courts are regulation high school size with wood floors and seating for approximately 350 per court. Major sponsors and supporters are being assembled now. If you're interested, contact Dan Serrano at 505-249-7994. Send him an email, hoopsnm@aol.com. That's hoopsnm@aol.com. Hoops NM Basketball Center, a premier sports facility serving our community.
Hey, welcome back to the Steve Davis Show. We got Marty Saiz, the coordinator of the New Mexico Basketball Club Association. Is that work pretty
New
good?
Mexico Basketball Club is probably good. We've gotten various names. We started off as the Southwest Titans 12 years ago, and then Danny Granger Hurricanes, and then the Danny Granger D1 Ambassadors, and then Cameron Bairstow gave us some money a few years ago, and we were the Bairstow Boomers. But pretty much the organization. You've been one of our AU coaches in our club for 3 or 4 years, and so. So the New Mexico Basketball Club is basically the umbrella that we do, for the AU season and what we do basketball-wise, statewide.
Not only you're having the top 120 players, but you're doing an elite skills camp.
Actually, we've done that longer than we've done the showcase. We started that 11.
I was looking at it, it was 11 years ago.
It's been 11 years ago. We started off with a point guard college. We'd invite top trainers from across the country like Gannon Baker and David Nurse, who's a shooting coach. In fact, his team made it to the championship game in that professional games that they had here this summer up in Atlanta. He was the coach, and so. But the last couple of years, we have some pretty outstanding trainers and coaches here, and so Billy Keys was on the All-Century team at New Mexico State, so it's kind of hard for me to add an Aggie in there, but we've being a Lobo fan, but Billy does a great job of teaching the game, and so we have a 2.5-hour skills clinic, and we have a lot of the area high school coaches and some former college players that will be at different stations, and the goal there is to teach them some skills that these kids can go back and work on their own, so improve their game. And skill development I think is a big key for our kids if they want to play at the next level or just want to play at a high level here in high school.
Well, I tell you, it's pretty intense that those skills, and then they go in that afternoon. They go play games.
Yes, most of the kids that played in the showcase will be in that skills clinic, but that skills clinic is open to anybody, 5th grade to 12th grade, boys or girls. Doesn't matter what the level. We're just wanting kids that love the game of basketball. Right now, I've opened it up a little bit. We're going to use both gyms, and so I have about 30 spots left. It's only $75. And being trained by Billy Keys, like I said, is currently the Mayfield coach, but he played for the Aggies back in the 90s. Like I said, he's on the All-Century team for New Mexico State, and then played 15 years overseas in some of the top professional leagues in Spain and Greece, and so he'll be overseeing that. So that goes from 9 to 11:30 that Sunday, and then at noon we kick off with the showcase games.
I tell you, that is. A lot of basketball is going to be played in that day. I mean, and is it open to the public?
Yeah, we want everybody to come.
Is it free to the public? Or
well,
there'll
be a fee to it, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know the exact fee because I'm having the proceeds will be going to ALS, our good friend Gene Pino, and to the New Mexico Sports Hall of Fame scholarship fund. So I'm letting them figure out what the gate receipt is. I'm guessing it's going to be like $5 for the adult and $3 for the kids. Right now, I'm letting them because all the proceeds.
You've had great crowds. I mean
yeah, we have it, and we want to make it even bigger because this is the first time we've actually proceeds will go to like I said, to ALS, and that's one of the reasons we did it on the 16th of September because on September 23rd, ALS has their walk. And we're trying to support our good friend Gene Pino. Like I said, he's been battling ALS now for 8 years, and in fact, he just ordered a really nice wheelchair.
That's scary. I told you. He took his driver's. He finally can't drive anymore.
He can't drive. I've been his State Farm agent, but it's really sad, to see, But if you ever been around Gene, he's one of the most positive guys in his battle. I've never heard him complain or anything about his battle with ALS, which is a horrible disease, and so he's got a $30,000 wheelchair that probably by September, October, that'll be his permanent way of moving around and stuff, and so we want some good crowds to watch these high school kids, and also, like I said, all the proceeds will go there and to scholarships with the New Mexico Sports Hall of Fame, which I started when I was a president with the Hall of Fame. We started the charity golf tournament. So I'm trying to find ways to raise some money, and hopefully this year, we can give out a lot more scholarships to our high school students.
I'll tell you what, let's talk about some of the players that are going to come in here this
well, like I said, I'm really excited. Like I said, we got Jarrell Phillips. If you haven't seen Jarrell, he's probably the most athletic player in the state. You'll see some dunks, just a strong physical player. He's probably a legitimate mid to high D1 player. So he'll be coming out of Mayfield, and then I think one of the best all-around players I've seen in years too is Cameron Valencia from El Dorado. I had him ranked #1 at the end of the season. I think he did so much.
Well, me and you are in agreement on that.
Yeah.
I think he's one of the, because he can play defense.
Yeah, and Cameron has to do a few things to get to that D1 level, but he's a legitimate D2 player. I look at somebody like I said. The sleepers for me are Lucas Jordan and Tyler Allen from Manzano, both around, could play a guard, wing type place. We got Isaiah Dockery from Hope. He's led them to 3 state titles. The point guard, his dad played at UNM. He's got a chance to do it. We got guys from smaller schools like Tristan Moore from Silver City, real shooters, will be scoring probably 20-plus points for Silver City. Reyes Herrera, who led Bernalillo last year to the state championship game, it will be there. We got Zenon Zellers and Tyler Quintana, 2 of the top guards in the state, will be there. And then we have a bunch of really solid, probably one of the best classes I've seen in a long time, this junior 2020 class. We got Josiah Ramos, who this summer just lit it up. In fact, in Wichita tournament, which there was over 300 college coaches, he was considered one of the top guards regardless of the grade. Dwayne Dawson from Clovis, Eloy Medina, Derek Ellis from La Cueva. We got Rashad Ray Brown from Cruces. And then we have some guys that are probably we'll put here is Isaiah Ortega and Cesar Madrid, 2 6'5" players that play inside that have a chance to play at the next level. So again, I'm really excited about, not just the top game, but I look all the way down and you're going to see, you come to the 9th grade game, you're going to see Quan Hill. His brothers Marcus and Marquise played at Cleveland, and he's a kid that's probably going to playing varsity at Volcano Vista, and that team is loaded over at Volcano Vista. You got Derek Chavis over on the sophomore game at the Valley. So, and then we have other kids like Cullen Evans from Hope. I'm looking here, and there's going to be some players there that people say, wow, how come they're not in the top 20 game, or how come they're not in this game? But it's going to be fun.
I tell you, Mario, we're going to come back and we're going to talk more about your adventure with this 120 top athletes, and you just said it right there. It's going to be interesting to see who performs, one, and then also who makes it in the top teams.
Right.
The New Mexico High School Coaches Association, established in 1941, is an organization of New Mexico's best and most professional interscholastic coaches. Coaches across work daily to help our student athletes excel in the classroom, on the field of play, and in our communities. Students that participate in interscholastic activities attain higher grades, higher graduation rates, and higher wages. Responsible for the North-South All-Star Games, statewide Coaches Award Program, and providing multiple professional development opportunities for New Mexico's coaches. Be a great coach by coaching beyond the game.
Don't forget, every Proview Network sporting event is on sale at our DVD store. Go to www.proviewNetworks.com to buy your DVD today.
The Barley Room, a proud sponsor of Proview Networks for over 9 years, is pleased to introduce Black Iron Catering. From weddings and family reunions to birthdays and office parties, Black Iron Catering is perfect for any event. Contact Jamie at 505-459-8259 and book your event today. Black Iron Catering. Let us bring our kitchen to you.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of Proview Sports Network.
Hey, welcome back to Steve Davis Show. We have Marty Saiz, coordinator of New Mexico Basketball Club, and also, the big thing is that people don't realize what the Hall of Fame. I mean, you've been so instrumental, and it's your partners and the people that are with you that have made it so successful, and it's something that Proview and myself look forward to doing every year. So, talk a little bit about your partners and the people that have helped make it successful.
Well, we're in our 45th year of the New Mexico Sports Hall of Fame, formerly the Albuquerque Sports Hall of Fame, and its partner companies like Proview Networks and Car Crafters and Gala Chevrolet. My agency has put a lot into it. Rudy Chavis Law Firm, Paul Davis Restoration. Last year we had over 25 partner companies, and as a result of that, we have what we call our induction celebration weekend, which will be in April. we have a welcome dinner that Friday night, and then we have a charity golf tournament because we're trying to raise money for this year for ALS and for scholarships for our senior student athletes. And then we come late with our induction banquet that Sunday night over at the convention center. And so part of what I do here in the showcase with the partners and stuff, they get an added benefit. They get to be a sponsor of this, but the proceeds all go into the scholarship fund. We're really working really hard. I was the president for a couple of years, and I told Gene Pino is our president this year, and my focus this year is the partnership. I want to help the Hall
They
of Fame.
get a hold of you? Is that how
They call me, and and also we've created some new levels because some of the partners that were maybe annual award winners last year said, I'd like to give a scholarship, and so we got some packages there to. Again, our goal is to help. I keep hearing the news about us being the number 50 ranked state in education, and here's our way of getting these people out, our top students, and helping them get their education. And so, being part of that. And then here, September 1st, if you become a partner here, today I've locked in about 3 or 4 companies this morning. We're trying to finalize the details for our September 1st public voting. The public will have a chance to vote for their Hall of Fame candidate twice. They can go on our website, nmshof.com, and vote for one candidate for the Hall of Fame, and then you can go on the Facebook and you can like anybody on the Sports Hall of Fame Facebook page. And last year we had over 10,000 people vote, and so whoever wins that public voting bypasses the committee, who's been working really, really hard since May. We have over 150 candidates, and we're trying to. The Hall of Fame committee has to narrow down to 15, but whoever wins the public voting, they bypass the committee and automatically get into that final pool. Doesn't guarantee that they'll be inducted, but they bypass it. So if you have a favorite
it's just a
candidate,
great honor because you get in the public, you get your committee, and then what an honor to be on that Hall of Fame.
Even the candidate page. I mean, it just some of the candidates say, I don't know if I'm a Hall of Famer, but just to be there, and once you're there forever on the candidate page. But the goal is hopefully you get to be inducted. And if you look at that candidate page, we have some really, really top people that have yet to be inducted. And this year the board decided they're going to do a minimum of 5 this year. We've been doing about 7 or 8 to try to catch up. For years we were the Albuquerque Sports Hall of Fame, and the most we could do is 4. And back about 4 years ago, we changed it because there's just so many great athletes and coaches and people that have been involved in athletics that we were leaving out, and we didn't want them to die before they got honored. And so we've added 7 or 8 probably for the last few years. And so this year we're only going to go 5, and so hopefully your favorite gets inducted.
Well, I tell you, if you haven't been participated in it, it's really, if you haven't gone to the banquet, it's very emotional, and to see all the families and all the people that come in, and then in the way it's been put together is something that people need to be a part of.
Well, I just think it's, I was honored back in 2003. I'd never been to the Albuquerque Sports Hall of Fame banquet at all, and to me it was just the most first-class sport banquet I've ever been to, and then a few years later they asked me to be on the board, and I've been on the board I think since 2010, and and then the last few years the board has changed some of their mission to do some scholarships and charities, and so it's just really grown and developed, and it's something special. If you're a big sports fan, this is something to be part of. If you're a company, you're going to get your money's worth with the golf tournament, the banquet, and like I said, if you do something here before September, then hopefully we'll include you in this showcase event at no additional cost. And then some of the companies like Proview Networks and some of the other ones we're asking to be the catalyst, where you just go to Proview Networks, hit the link for Hall of Fame, and go through the voting for your favorite candidate going through your sites.
Well, Marty, quickly, September 16th. come out in La Cueva High School. It starts at 12 o'clock. Come out and support these athletes.
Yeah, come out and enjoy the top players in the state. It'll be a fun day for everybody, and if you're a basketball junkie, this is the day.
Well, thanks a lot, Marty, for coming on, and we'll be on in a couple of weeks right before the week starts.
Well, thank you for being a partner of what we do.